Hi, yeah, it's Friday. And this is the day where we air our first video in the pop-up series. And basically the pop-up series is whatever God gives me is what I'm going to share with you. And the one thing I know God wants me to talk to you about is waiting to exhale. Waiting to exhale. We've been through a lot the last couple of years. And a lot of us, we've been holding our breath. We've been holding our breath for one reason or another. Maybe we've been holding our breath because we're not sure if we're going to catch the virus. Maybe we are holding our breath because our businesses have suffered in great loss due to the pandemic and loss of customers and people really going out of the house and doing what they would normally do. Maybe we are holding our breath because our relationship has gone wrong in this time. The confinement of us being in the close quarters has caused us to really see things about each other or be exposed to things about each other that we maybe had forgotten or hadn't been exposed to before. We could be holding our breath because we've lost a loved one and we just don't know what to do next. We don't know where to go next. We don't know who to talk to next. Maybe we are holding our breath because we're not sure how we're going to pay our rent next month. We're not sure how we're going to feed our children. Maybe there's so many reasons why we are holding our breath. But I want you to know today, God wants me to tell you, don't wait to exhale. Don't wait to exhale. It's God's desire that we breathe, that we inhale, and that we exhale. It's God's desire because God gave us the breath of life. It is what keeps us and sustains us in the earth. It is also what's going to keep you and sustain you in your challenges, in your situations. See, holding your breath, even in the midst of these times, will cause you to be weak, will cause you to lose your footing, will cause you to want to give up, will cause you to quit. And for some of us, it will cause us to die. And then we're not dying a physical death, we'll die of spiritual death, or we'll die in ways and lose passion that we've had about certain things. But God wanted me to tell you today to exhale. By faith in God, it's God's desire that we breathe. And if we go to Genesis chapter 2 and 7, it says, "Then the Lord formed man of dust from the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being." See, it was always God's intent for you to breathe physically, emotionally, and spiritually. It is time to exhale. It is time to exhale because once you exhale, then you'll be able to move on and do something else or hear something different or try something new. See, holding your breath causes you to hold still. You don't move forward and you really don't move backwards. You're just standing there in the middle of the space and time and just holding your breath, waiting on the proverbial ball to drop or waiting. Some of us are holding our breath because we think some blessing is coming. We haven't exhaled for that reason too. I think God has promised me this and I know it's going to come in 2021. So I'm going to hold my breath. I'm not going to do anything else because I know this blessing is coming. I'm not going to explore other avenues or things that God has brought my way because this blessing is coming. And I'm telling you, exhale. Because if it's coming, it's going to come and God is going to lay it at your feet. That's what I know about God. So you don't have to hold your breath. You can exhale. And it was God's intention for us to maintain our physical life and our spiritual life by exhaling in the natural and in the flesh and by exhaling in the spirit. And some of us are really holding our breath in the spirit. Some of us have lost our faith in the spirit. And we've been holding our breath, waiting on something miraculous to renew our faith or restore our faith or restore us in right relationship. But I'm here to tell you, you got to exhale first. You got to release that thing. You got to let it go. You got to give it to God. You got to surrender it. You got to exhale. You got to breathe in, breathe out. Because that's the only way your strength is going to return to you. That's the only way you're going to have, your passion is going to come back to you. Because the body needs, your physical and your spiritual body needs to inhale and it needs to exhale. We need natural oxygen and we need spiritual oxygen. And so we need to take in the new stuff of Christ, and we need to exhale some of the old stuff. Some of us need to really scrap what was before. Just throw it out. Exhale it out and start anew. Inhale something new, because God's got something new. See, Job chapter 33 and 4 says, the Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. The breath of God never ceases. God is breathing all the time, just like we're breathing. In the natural, he's breathing in the spirit. And his breath is constantly giving us new life. But in order for us to receive God's breath, we have to inhale and then exhale, because we have to make room for the next thing. God wants me to tell you to get ready for the next thing. We're coming into 2022, and you need to exhale. You need to let go of that old stuff in 2021 and get ready for the new stuff in 2022. Because if you don't, you're going to taint what's coming in 2022, or you're not going to let it prosper. You're not going to let it grow. You're going to either abort it, kill it, or it's going to die because you refuse to exhale. It is time to breathe out. We've inhaled and we've been holding our breath for a while now. And let me tell you something else. We may always hear about a new variant or, for this disease, a new strand, we may always hear about that. And I don't know if I said that right, but that's okay. We may always hear about that, but, that is not the dictator of our lives. That is not the dictator of our breath. It was God who breathed in you to live. It is God who will breathe in you to continue to live. But God can't breathe anything new in you to give you hope for the new, because you won't let LCO exhale. Please don't go into 2022 holding your breath. God's got you. Trust God, because Job said, the breath of the Almighty gives me life. So I'm not going to, beat this thing up or anything like that. This is the pop-up series. I'm just going with what God gives me. And I just know for myself, every day I inhale and exhale. I inhale and exhale, and I allow the love and the power of God to give me life. So please let go of your breath. Exhale. God's got something new for you. Much love, Keita.